It's finally unfolding. A profound transformation is occurring within your body, a phenomenon that defies conventional explanation. And if you find yourself immersed in this experience on December 7th, 2025, it's imperative that you grasp the true nature of what's transpiring. For what might feel like bewildering chaos, what might appear to be a malfunction or a system collapse is, in fact, your entire reality fundamentally reorganizing itself from its deepest core. You aren't crumbling, you are synchronizing. And this process of synchronization, while underway, mimics the very essence of destabilization. Over the past several days, particularly since the full moon illuminated the sky on December 4th, you've likely felt a distinct strangeness, a sense of being off or fundamentally different. It's as if your very being is vibrating at a frequency that no longer harmonizes with the world around you. A subtle, yet persistent pull away from the reality you've always known, drawing you towards something yet unseen, but undeniably felt. This profound sensation isn't merely psychological, nor is it an anxiety disorder, nor does it stem from a medical condition requiring medication. This is a timeline shift, and your physical body is responding to cosmic forces that have reached an unprecedented critical threshold this very week. The full moon just 3 days ago wasn't merely another lunar cycle passing by. It acted as a cosmic reset button, unleashing powerful shock waves that reverberated through every conceivable version of your life, effectively collapsing certain timelines while significantly amplifying others. These potent shock waves are still actively moving through you. Right now, they are meticulously reorganizing your electromagnetic field, recalibrating your nervous system, and profoundly restructuring your consciousness. You can perceive this deep shift, even if your rational mind struggles to comprehend it. You intuitively know that something fundamental has changed, and indeed, you are absolutely correct. However, there's a crucial aspect of timeline shifts that largely goes unmentioned. They manifest with very specific, often intensely physical symptoms in your body. If you misinterpret these symptoms, if you construe them as evidence that something is inherently wrong with you, you risk descending into panic. You will instinctively resist. You might even attempt to force yourself back into the familiar confines of the old timeline, where everything felt stable, even if that stability was slowly eroding your spirit. This very resistance, ironically, generates far more suffering than the actual shift itself ever could. Therefore, I'm going to guide you through the 8 primary symptoms that serve as undeniable proof your timeline is actively shifting. These aren't random, isolated occurrences. They are precise biological and energetic responses to a profound dimensional recalibration. And if you are experiencing them, it signifies that you are among the chosen few, actively navigating between timelines in this very moment. The majority of humanity is not undergoing this process. Most individuals remain on their predetermined paths, largely unconscious of reality's multidimensional nature. But you are different. You are awakening. You are shifting. And your body is unequivocally showing you the evidence. The first symptom, and undoubtedly the one that instills the most terror, is chest pressure and heart fluttering. You might abruptly awaken at 3 a.m., your heart pounding inexplicably, or find yourself calmly reading, only for a sudden, heavy pressure to settle on your chest, as if a weighty object has been placed on your sternum. Your heart might feel as though it's skipping beats, racing, or beating in unsettling, irregular patterns. Many of you have considered, or already have, rushed to the emergency room, only to be told your heart is perfectly fine, that there's nothing medically amiss, perhaps attributing it to anxiety. Yet, you remain confused because you viscerally know that something significant is unmistakably happening within your chest. Here is the truth. Your electromagnetic field is recalibrating. Every human being generates an intricate electromagnetic field that extends several feet beyond the physical body. This field carries vital information about your identity, your beliefs, and the specific timeline you are currently operating within. When you shift timelines, this field must undergo a complete reorganization to align with the new, higher frequency. Your heart, being the primary generator of this potent electromagnetic field, produces an electromagnetic signal 60 times stronger than your brain. Thus, when timelines shift, your heart registers it instantly, long before your conscious mind even comprehends what's occurring. Before any conscious awareness of the change dawns upon you, your heart is already in the midst of recalibration. This internal recalibration manifests as pressure, fluttering, and irregular rhythms. It feels wrong precisely because your heart has never before beaten at this particular frequency. It is diligently learning a new pattern, one that perfectly matches where you are headed, rather than where you have been. This is why the sensation often arrives in waves. You'll experience intense pressure for perhaps 20 minutes. Then it subsides, only to spike again hours later. Each wave signifies another layer of adjustment. Each spike represents your heart expanding its capacity to hold more light, more energy, more of the magnificent being you are actively becoming. Your heart is not malfunctioning, it is upgrading, preparing to sustain the life you've long yearned for, but perhaps never believed was truly possible. The discomfort you're feeling is merely growth pain, and the only path through it is to release the panic and consciously engage your breath. When the pressure arises, do not fight it. Instead, place your hand over your heart. Breathe slowly and deeply, and gently affirm to your heart, "I trust you. I know what you're doing. Thank you for recalibrating me." The second symptom is an inescapable restlessness. This is distinct from conventional anxiety, which usually involves a specific worry or fear that your mind fixates upon. This restlessness, however, has no clear object or discernible cause. You simply feel fundamentally uneasy in your own skin, unable to get comfortable anywhere. Your established routines feel foreign. You struggle to engage with activities that once provided distraction, and nothing feels quite right. Nothing feels like home. You aren't anxious about something specific. You are just profoundly, existentially unable to be still. This phenomenon occurs because you are being actively pulled out of an expired identity. The version of yourself that existed in the old timeline is dissolving, and as it dissipates, a temporary void appears where you no longer quite know who you are. The old identity is breaking down, but the new one has not yet fully coalesced. You are in a liminal space, in between, and human beings are inherently uncomfortable in such states of suspension. We require a sense of knowing who we are to feel secure, and when that knowing temporarily vanishes, it gives rise to this profound existential restlessness, physically manifesting as an inability to settle. Consider it this way: your soul is rapidly outgrowing the container of your former self. You are attempting to house an expanded consciousness within a structure built for a smaller, more limited version of you. It simply no longer fits, and you can sense that misalignment in every cell of your being, as restlessness, agitation, and deep discomfort. This is not a problem that needs to be solved. Rather, it is compelling evidence that you are outgrowing your old life, and that is precisely what needs to happen. If you remained comfortable, you would stay, and staying would effectively abort the timeline shift that has been diligently building for months. Do not attempt to fix this restlessness. Do not force yourself back into routines that once worked, for they belong to a version of you that no longer exists. Allow yourself to be unsettled. Allow yourself the space of not knowing who you are for a while. The new identity will inevitably emerge once the old one has fully dissolved. Attempting to rush this natural process will only serve to delay it. The third symptom is wall sleep flipping. Your sleep schedule has become utterly chaotic, or perhaps even inverted. You find yourself wide awake at 3:00 am, staring intently at the ceiling, yet by 2:00 p.m. you are overwhelmingly exhausted, barely able to keep your eyes open. You might be sleeping in fragmented bursts, waking every hour or two, and when sleep does finally come, your dreams are so vivid, so intense, so hyper-real that you often wake up more exhausted than when you went to bed. These aren't ordinary dreams. These are profound, prophetic visions, energetic downloads. You are being shown things that feel more tangible and real than your waking life. What's occurring is your pineal gland's heightened response to geomagnetic spikes. The pineal gland, nestled in the center of your brain, functions as your biological antenna for non-physical information. It diligently receives transmissions from higher dimensions and is extraordinarily sensitive to fluctuations in Earth's magnetic field. Currently, the geomagnetic field is oscillating wildly. Solar activity is surging. Cosmic rays are intensifying, and your pineal gland is going into overdrive, tirelessly attempting to process the massive influx of information flooding through. However, the sheer volume of data being transmitted is so vast that normal sleep cycles simply cannot accommodate it. Your pineal gland requires you to be unconscious for longer, unbroken periods to fully download and integrate everything. Therefore, it is effectively hijacking your sleep, rousing you at unconventional hours when the veil between dimensions is thinnest and transmissions are clearest, granting you dreams that feel prophetic because, in essence, they are. Within these dreams, you are actively traveling to other timelines, receiving crucial instructions, and remembering ancient knowledge from other lifetimes. Do not resist this process. Your pineal gland intuitively knows what it's doing. It is meticulously upgrading your consciousness, downloading information you will critically need for what lies ahead. The exhaustion is temporary. Once these vast downloads are complete, your sleep patterns will naturally stabilize. Until then, honor your body's demands for rest and pay exceptionally close attention to your dreams. Keep a journal by your bed and record everything immediately upon waking, for they contain invaluable instructions about your path forward. The fourth symptom is sudden clarity that scares you. You are beginning to perceive truths about people and situations that were previously completely obscured. You're understanding intricate dynamics that were invisible to you just last week, recognizing patterns with such sharp, undeniable precision that it can actually be frightening. This is because once you truly see something, you can never unsee it, and what you are now seeing is compelling you to confront and acknowledge profound truths you have diligently avoided for years. This is the great attractor, the force pulling you toward your higher destiny, allowing you to see around corners, granting you glimpses of what's to come, even before your mind is fully prepared to receive it. As you draw nearer to your destined timeline, you begin to receive preview information about forthcoming events. You might sense the impending end of relationships before they officially conclude, perceive opportunities before they physically manifest, or discern the true intentions of others before they reveal themselves. You are now perceiving from a higher vantage point, a perspective where linear time no longer constrains your sight as it once did. However, this heightened level of knowing can be profoundly destabilizing. Your rational mind may assert one thing, while your inner knowing speaks something entirely different, creating a disorienting split that makes you feel as though you are losing touch with reality. You are not. You are gaining a new, more expansive kind of sight, a perception that operates far beyond third-dimensional limitations. The timeline you are shifting into inherently possesses access to information that your old consciousness simply couldn't perceive. As you synchronize with that timeline, you begin to see from that elevated level, even while you are still physically rooted in your present reality. Trust what you are seeing, even when it evokes fear, especially when it scares you. Your inner knowing is invariably more accurate than any logical analysis. The fear you experience is merely your ego realizing it can no longer control you with its limited perception. The fifth symptom is old patterns and wounds resurfacing. Things you genuinely believed you had healed are suddenly back with a vengeance. Triggers you thought you had transcended are impacting you again. Emotional reactions you were certain you had outgrown are flooding through you, leaving you frustrated, as it feels distinctly like regression, as if all the diligent healing work you've undertaken was ultimately pointless. But that is not what is happening at all. These patterns and wounds are not resurfacing to re-trap you. They are resurfacing to offer you one final, crucial chance to consciously choose the new timeline. You cannot carry unhealed trauma into a higher frequency timeline. Its vibration is simply too refined. Unresolved wounds create density, and density cannot exist in the lighter, faster frequency toward which you are moving. Therefore, before you can fully anchor yourself in the new timeline, everything unhealed must surface one last time. This is your soul's intelligent way of ensuring you do not drag the past into your future. Every old wound that surfaces serves as a test. Will you succumb to the old pattern? Will you react in the familiar ways you always have? Or will you consciously choose differently this time? Choose healing. Choose release. Choose the new, aligned response that resonates with who you are becoming. When you successfully pass these tests, you irrevocably lock yourself into the new timeline, proving to the universe that you are truly ready for what is coming. The sixth symptom is an abrupt feeling of being done with something overnight. Completely, utterly, irrevocably done. This could manifest regarding a relationship that felt perfectly fine yesterday, but today feels utterly intolerable. It might be a job you were managing, and now the mere thought of showing up fills you with dread. It could be a friendship, a long-held habit, or a deeply ingrained belief. Whatever it is, there is a sudden, definitive ending energy surrounding it. You're not gradually losing interest. You are finished, complete, in a way that feels almost brutal in its totality. This phenomenon is orchestrated by the nodes of fate, actively severing what cannot accompany you on your journey. The lunar nodes astrologically represent your destiny path. When timelines shift, these nodes become highly active, beginning to cut energetic cords to everything that exists in the old timeline but holds no place in the new one. These energetic attachments link you to specific people, places, and situations. When the nodes cut them, the severance is clean, immediate, and absolute. Your logical mind will undoubtedly attempt to dissuade you from these sudden endings, arguing that you're being impulsive, that you should give it more time, that you should try harder. Do not listen. The nodes of fate do not make mistakes. When something is severed, it is because that thing was energetically anchoring you to a timeline you are no longer destined to inhabit. If you attempt to cling on, you will only delay your entire shift. Trust the drop-off. Allow what is leaving to go. It is simply creating vital space for what is coming. The seventh symptom is a peculiar mix of fear and aliveness. You feel more awake, more vibrantly alive than you have in years, more present, more keenly aware. Colors appear brighter, sounds are sharper, and you are noticing intricate details you've never perceived before. You feel plugged into something vast and exhilarating, yet it is simultaneously terrifying, because this profound level of aliveness is utterly unfamiliar. You may have been numb for so long that feeling this much, this intensely, is overwhelming. This is your nervous system diligently learning a new frequency, precisely the one you've been asking for. You have been praying for change, for transformation, for more, and the universe has heard you. But more does not arrive without first upgrading your capacity to handle it. Your nervous system was meticulously calibrated for the old timeline, for a smaller, seemingly safer existence. The new timeline demands that you process and handle far higher levels of energy, emotion, and sensation. Consequently, your nervous system is undergoing a complete rewiring in real time. This profound rewiring creates that specific, intoxicating combination of fear and aliveness. The aliveness signifies your system coming fully online, operating at its maximum potential. The fear is simply your system recognizing that it has never before operated at this elevated level. But rest assured, you can handle it. This is precisely what you are built for. The discomfort is temporary. Your nervous system will adapt soon, and this elevated level of aliveness will eventually feel entirely normal. The eighth symptom is being pulled towards something you cannot yet name. There's an undeniable direction you're being drawn in, a persistent calling you feel deep within but struggle to articulate, an inherent knowing that you are meant to move towards something specific. However, when you attempt to intellectually identify or grasp what it is, it remains elusive. It's akin to trying to recall a vivid dream that frustratingly fades just as you reach for its details. You intuitively know it's important. You know it's real, but you cannot bring it into sharp focus. This occurs because timelines open somatically. You feel them with your body before your mind can intellectually comprehend them. Your body inherently knows where you are going long before your conscious mind does. Your cells are already orienting themselves toward the new timeline, already preparing for what's coming, but your conscious awareness naturally lags behind. Thus, you feel the pull. You sense the direction, but you lack the precise clarity to name it. Do not allow this ambiguity to halt your progress. Do not wait until you have the full picture before you begin moving. The clarity will emerge as you walk the path, not before. Your essential task is to honor this pull, to move in the direction your body indicates, even when your mind doesn't fully understand why. Trust somatic knowing far more than logical comprehension. The timeline will reveal itself step by step, but only if you bravely take those initial steps without needing to see the entire staircase. Now, here's what you absolutely need to understand about all 8 of these symptoms. Taken together, you are not destabilizing, you are profoundly synchronizing. Your very biology is responding to the cosmos itself. Earth's magnetic field is shifting. The sun is sending powerful solar flares. Cosmic rays are increasing, and the Schumann resonance is spiking dramatically. All of these monumental cosmic events directly impact your physical body because you are not separate from the cosmos. You are intricately woven from stardust. When the cosmos shifts, you shift. You are not malfunctioning. You are undergoing a profound mutation. Your DNA is activating, with strands dormant since before recorded history now coming online, and abilities from other lifetimes are reactivating. You are becoming what you were always intrinsically meant to be. And this intense process of becoming is not a gentle one. It is potent, demanding that you metaphorically die to who you once were, so you can courageously birth who you truly are. December 7th, 2025 marks a critical juncture. The symptoms you are experiencing serve as undeniable proof that you are precisely on track. The shift is working, and you are successfully navigating from the old timeline to the new. Do not fight these symptoms. Do not attempt to make them stop. They are potent evidence that something profoundly right is happening. Your soul is winning. The higher, expanded version of you is taking command. The chosen ones are those who are sensitive enough to acutely feel these shifts, conscious enough to recognize their significance, and brave enough to move with them instead of resisting. This is your sacred assignment, and you are completing it beautifully. Trust the process. Trust your body. Trust the cosmos. Your timeline is shifting, and you are shifting with it. Everything is unfolding exactly as it should. But let me provide precise details about what the next few days are poised to bring. The full moon energy that surged and peaked on December 4th is not dissipating in its usual manner. This full moon actually opened a powerful portal that is still actively drawing immense energy through. And that energy is not only sustained, but will continue to build, reaching another formidable peak around December 10th or 11th. So, what you are feeling right now is not the maximum intensity. It is going to get stronger. The 8 symptoms I've described will amplify. This is not evidence that something is going wrong. Rather, it is the natural, inevitable progression of a timeline shift. It builds, it peaks, and then it gracefully integrates. During this intense building phase, you are being presented with profound choices. Every time you opt for the familiar over the unknown, you are, in essence, casting a vote for the old timeline. Conversely, every time you honor that inexplicable pull towards something new, you are casting a vote for the new timeline. These choices might appear insignificant, but each one is steering you decisively toward one timeline or the other. And the universe is keenly observing which timeline you are choosing through your actions, not merely your intentions. You must actively support your body during this profound process. First, ground yourself physically every single day by placing your bare feet directly on the earth. Your body is accumulating excess electromagnetic charge, and that charge desperately needs a conduit for release. If you cannot get outside, take salt baths. Adding at least 2 cups of Epsom salt or sea salt to your bath water and soaking for a minimum of 20 minutes. Salt water effectively pulls that excess electromagnetic charge right out of your body, mirroring the grounding effect of the earth. This practice will help decrease anxiety, calm restlessness, and ease chest pressure. Second, move your body in ways that allow energy to discharge freely. Shaking is one of the most remarkably effective practices. Stand with your knees slightly bent and shake your entire body for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Allow yourself to look utterly ridiculous. This instinctively mimics what animals do after trauma to release stored energy. Dancing also works beautifully, but it must be wild, uninhibited movement. Let the energy move you. The restlessness that feels unbearable when you try to sit still dissipates almost immediately when you allow it to express itself through movement. Third, meticulously manage your energetic input. Your system is currently maxed out, tirelessly processing massive amounts of cosmic energy, intricate timeline information, karmic clearing, and DNA activation. Drastically reduce your consumption of news, social media, other people's drama, and violent content. You might need to cancel plans, decline invitations, or simply inform people that you are unavailable. Protect your energy as if your very life depends on it, because your new life absolutely does. Fourth, hydrate aggressively and eat lightly. Timeline shifts initiate massive detoxification processes at the cellular level. Your body urgently needs water to flush out these toxins. Aim for at least half your body weight in ounces of water per day. Consume simple, clean, easily digestible foods such as fruits, vegetables, soups, and smoothies. Anything that provides profound nutrition without demanding huge digestive effort. Now, let me address the intense sense of isolation many of you are experiencing. You feel utterly alone, even when surrounded by people. No one seems to truly understand what you are going through. This isolation is a crucial, inherent part of the timeline shift process. You cannot fully shift timelines while still energetically entangled with people who are choosing to remain in the old timeline. This isolation is your soul's intelligent mechanism for temporarily severing those cords, allowing you to complete your shift without interference. Once you are fully anchored in the new timeline, those who are meant to be in your reality will either rise to meet your new frequency or new aligned connections will organically emerge. Within this new timeline, certain connections will naturally re-establish themselves, while entirely new bonds will forge with individuals already resonating at your elevated frequency. Understand that this period of flux is both temporary and deeply purposeful. Those closest to you may begin to exhibit unusual behaviors, perhaps becoming overly clingy, or conversely, surprisingly distant. They might initiate conflicts or, paradoxically, become excessively accommodating. These reactions are not arbitrary. They are direct responses to the profound shift in your energetic frequency. They sense this energetic change, even if they cannot consciously articulate or comprehend it. As your frequency evolves, everyone in your orbit is prompted to either align with your new vibration or naturally drift away. Do not attempt to impose resonance where it no longer organically exists. Likewise, resist the urge to cling to connections that are in the process of gracefully dissolving. Timeline shifts are powerful forces, designed to completely reconfigure your entire social structure. Allow this organic reorganization to unfold. For those among you experiencing vivid prophetic dreams and visions, understand that what you are perceiving is not merely symbolic. You are, quite literally, journeying to and visiting other timelines while you sleep. Some are undergoing intensive training, receiving profound downloads of information that cannot be found in any earthly text. Others are receiving crucial warnings, being shown potential future trajectories so that you may consciously choose different paths. And for many, these are reunion dreams, authentic encounters with your soul family and spiritual guides. These are not mere dreams. They are actual meetings taking place in the astral realm. Cultivate the practice of keeping a dream journal. Immediately upon waking, meticulously record every detail you can recall. These entries are invaluable transmissions, vital instructions, and profound confirmations meant for your conscious awareness. Finally, I want to address the underlying fear that often accompanies these transformative symptoms. You might be afraid that you are losing your mind, that there is something medically wrong, or that this intense experience will never cease. These fears are entirely understandable, yet they are ultimately unfounded. You are not descending into madness. You are profoundly awakening. You are not ill. You are undergoing a profound metamorphosis. You are absolutely capable of navigating this journey. Indeed, you are inherently designed for it. And rest assured, this intensity is inherently temporary. Timeline shifts, like all grand processes, have a discernible beginning, a potent middle, and a definitive end. You are currently positioned within that potent middle, but you will assuredly emerge on the other side, operating at a completely new vibrational level, with access to expanded abilities, profound insights, and opportunities that were simply inaccessible in your previous timeline. Every single individual who has ever undergone a timeline shift has experienced precisely what you are feeling right now. The disorientation, the fear, that unsettling sense that perhaps sanity is slipping away. This is not abnormal. It is a perfectly natural and expected facet of the process. Your consciousness is expanding, stretching beyond the familiar limitations it has known for your entire life. Of course, such an expansion feels destabilizing. Of course, your ego is reacting with panic. Yet, your soul intrinsically understands that this is exactly what must transpire. Your soul orchestrated this magnificent shift even before you chose to incarnate. You consciously chose this path. You actively asked for this profound evolution. And you possess every intrinsic resource required to successfully complete it. Consider the remarkable journey of a caterpillar within its chrysalis. If you could somehow ask that caterpillar to describe its experience, it would likely convey a sensation akin to dying. Its entire physical form is liquefying, dissolving into a primordial soup. Everything it once knew itself to be is quite literally disintegrating. It has no conscious awareness that it is on the cusp of becoming a magnificent butterfly. It only perceives that everything is irrevocably falling apart. But that dissolution is not an end. It is the very essence of metamorphosis. You, my friend, are currently within your chrysalis. Everything that no longer serves your highest self is dissolving. Everything that needs to transform is transforming. And what is poised to emerge on the other side is the most authentic, empowered version of you, the version that is finally ready to truly fly. December 7th, 2025. You are not merely progressing, you are precisely synchronizing with your destiny. Your physical body inherently knows what it is doing. Your soul is the ultimate guide orchestrating this intricate process. The entire cosmos is actively supporting you. Therefore, trust profoundly in what is unfolding. Cease resisting the current. Stop attempting to force comfort where transformation demands fluidity. Simply surrender to the shift. Allow its potent energy to move entirely through you. Permit it to utterly transform you. Your new timeline is not some distant future event. It is here, right now. You are actively inhabiting it. You are in every moment, becoming it. And soon, very soon, you will reflect upon this pivotal week and recognize it as the profound turning point. The precise moment everything irrevocably changed. The moment you finally stepped into the full embodiment of who you were always destined to be. Understand that you are not navigating this journey alone. You are profoundly surrounded by unseen forces that are actively guiding you, fiercely protecting you, and steadfastly supporting you through every single moment of this grand shift. Your spirit guides are unequivocally with you. Your wise ancestors stand by your side. Your higher self is meticulously orchestrating every intricate detail, and thousands upon thousands of other chosen souls across the entire planet are undergoing this exact same experience at this very same time. You are an integral part of a collective awakening, a planetary mass timeline shift, and your individual transformation is a powerful, vital contribution to the grand transformation of all humanity. This deeply matters. You deeply matter. What you are currently experiencing profoundly matters. Stay resolute in your strength. Maintain unwavering faith. Remain utterly surrendered to the flow. Your breakthrough is far closer than you could possibly imagine.